Okay, welcome back. This is Malaikaheamae, and I am going to do a divine feminine reading for today, right? Because I have been contacted by divine feminines, and they are wanting some inspiration and some divine light right about now. So let's get started. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. As with all general readings, it may or may not resonate. If you want something that resonates with you, you can go to my website, shekinahearthwisdom.com. Information is in the description below, where you can book a personal consultation for yourself. I don't know how that got here, but the card is instincts. Trust your instincts, all right? Your intuition is guiding you right now. I don't know how these cards got all crazy. This is a big deck, so it's hard to like shuffle the regular way. Let me see. Shuffle it sideways. They're already pre-shuffled, but sometimes I get OCD with shuffling. Okay. All right, so where are we? Let's see. Okay. So there's some type of changes that are going on in your life. The Death card came out sideways. Ooh. This is okay. This is way too many cards. But the ones that I do see right here, it's talking about someone's coming out of their shell. In the past, they was dealing with somebody who was lying, cheating. There was some type of betrayal going on. And they're moving forward to their happiness. They have that Ten of Cups energy. And this is in relationship to a relationship. Okay. This person doesn't have much to give that's left because they have given so much in the past. So they're kind of a little reluctant about moving forward. Hold on. Just getting these cards back in order because got a little hectic there. This came out again, the Ten of Cups. So I'm going to place that down. Okay, so let's see. So this person is deciding to explore their options, but they realize that whatever decision they're going to make is going to have a permanent effect on their life. So this person is very careful in making this choice and decision in their life. Gosh, Divine Feminine, you definitely have, these cards are definitely trying to talk to you today. I can see why I was driven to do this message. Okay, so in the past, you were kind of reluctant to walk away from things that didn't serve your highest good. And these things, and you weren't like feeling yourself. You wasn't realizing how valuable and special you are. You were stuck in codependent relationships due to financial reasons. I'm seeing that. Also, there was a whole lot of toxicity in your relationship. And it was also a codependent relationship. So there's a couple of different scenarios. Because, you know, I'm pulling on a collective. So there's a different strokes for different folks in this matter. But now you are feeling like you are on top of your game. You walked away from a partnership that really wasn't serving your highest good, and you wasn't emotionally fulfilled in that partnership. It didn't give you wings, right? But now you are willing to hold on to a commitment that brings you ultimate security and fulfillment in your life. You're feeling very victorious right now. And this, but even though you're building your confidence, there's still something that's bothering you. You're still feeling sad about a situation that you went through in the past. That it also could be someone could have lost someone that was very close to them. in their life, and they're still grieving through that process. And whatever they went through in the past that emotionally hurt them, this person is like very, they have no filter now, right? They're no nonsense. Their words are cutting, and they have this energy of, when I see this card right now, the song that's coming to mind is Rihanna, Be Better Have My Money. And, you know, that's your mentality. Like, I'm not giving unless I'm receiving something in return. I want to receive reciprocity for everything that has harmed me. There's someone that's coming in your life that is willing to bring you long-term security. But what I'm going to warn you about is make sure that this person that is coming to your life, that you don't make this man the Jesus Christ of all those that has transgressed you in the past, you know, because he didn't hurt you. He didn't do any of the things that your previous partner has done to you. So you should not hold him accountable as though he did, okay? Keep that in mind. Sometimes people hurt people, and make sure that you are coming from a place of healing and not a place of, you know, you still hurting, like, which came out with this Five of Cups energy, feeling this, the energy from your past relationship. The song that's coming in my head right now, because I'm also clairaudient, so sometimes songs come through, but the song that's coming through right now is Baggage by Mary J. Blige, right? And this baggage is from someone from your childhood or early relationship that you are still recovering from. Even if you don't realize it, you are still hurt from this past situation. And this person is going to be coming back, or individuals. And this could be because we're entering the retrograde period. And when Mercury goes in retrograde, you're going to start getting communication from situations in your past, because the retrograde is taking another swing around the block to make sure that there's no loose ends that are left to be tied up, right? So that's what you're going through right now. In the past, this person that's coming back, they might have been very non-committal, and that caused you to walk away from them. Like, I don't want anything to do with you because of the way you have shown up in the past, right? So let's see. All right, so there are some secrets revealed, right? There was some communication that came in, and it's causing you to look at things in another way. And now those secrets made you fall back from offering your love, right? In the past, you was like, I can't put up with this right now. But now someone's coming in, and there's like a little small gesture, right? They're coming in with something small, and you're like, that's not good enough. I want the whole kit and caboodle. I'm not settling for less. So you're deciding to move forward and no longer deal with that situation. Whatever you were emotionally tied to, you're learning to detach from that, right? Okay, so let's pull from another deck. I'm being guided to pull from another deck. And all these cards are pre-shuffled, but like I said, I still shuffle over and over again, even throughout the reading. Because sometimes new energy is coming through, new messages are being downloaded, and I want to make sure that I'm channeling them in the right way. Okay. Okay, so right in the past you lost hope because you was mentally conflicted and you wasn't confident, right? You didn't know how to trust your instincts, and that's why that adversely affected your finances. And you weren't able to move on because of this lack of confidence that you were having. But things are changing. See that? Triumphant success. That is on its way to you. In the past, you suffered from like financial woes and things like that. And the reason why is because you lost your passion due to that situation that really hurt you emotionally. But now you're in a new stage. You're in the creative stage. See this fertility card? Or you and this also could signal if you're not wanting another child, wrap it up or abstain, right? Ooh. Shoot, I'm gonna take them, even though it's a lot of cards here. I'm gonna take it. They just jumped out. Okay, so in the past, you successfully walked away from temptation. You were trapped in fear due to the conflict and defeat that you were going through. And that fear even created more conflict and defeat in your life. But now you're in a place where you're finally seeing the light. And all of the past things, material, spiritual prosperity that you were lacking, there's going to be a balance coming in for it, right? Why? Because you've learned to, here's the awareness card with that instinct card from earlier, right? You are learning to trust yourself, right? And learning to trust yourself is sometimes difficult, but you have to put it in perspective, right? The way that your subconscious mind works, it's a sponge. It absorbs information from everything, right? And when you learn to trust it, it will start giving you answers to things that you may have missed. The little subtle nuances will start filtering through, and then you'll start being able to see the larger picture, right? So the obstacles and challenges that you are currently facing is because you closed off your heart to love, right? In order for you to love, in order for you to receive, you have to open up your heart to love. In the past, you was discontent and bored, right? And now, the reason why, because you weren't on your path, but now, right now, you are on your path. You are exactly where you're supposed to be at this moment in time. Know that. Right? So the heartache and loss that you were having was because you needed to retreat from a lot of things that you were encountering in your life, right? And you were not developing your spiritual strength. When you divorce your spirituality from your life, things are going to go left. Why? Because it's our nature to be spirit. We are spirit beings living a physical existence. So if you divorce your spirituality, you're divorcing yourself at the end of the day, right? And this because you were struggling with issues that pertain to like your parents, your upbringing, and anytime there's an imbalance in that, it's going to filter through the rest of your relationships. But now you're being urged to be patient. This is all a part, like a waiting game right now. Everything is moving. You're going to get your recognition and reward. You see, the waiting game, just be patient. And you're going to get your recognition and reward. Why? Because you chose to stand in your power. In the past, you know, things weren't going the way you want to go. But again, it's urging you to be patient, right? The lack of patience and planning in the past was what created the issues that you were going through. But all of that was necessary so you could build a strong, firm foundation. So you could build any type of relationship, whether it's from business to personal. It was all necessary, right? Your intuition, here goes again, it's talking about that. And then what we had, the awareness card. Let's see. Where's that card at? Where did I see that card? Hold on, let me get it out. Because all of these cards are going here and they all in an upright. So you know they all relate to what you're going through right now. So you have your awareness card, you have your instinct card, and we have the third eye card, right? All three cards point to how super lit your intuition is right now. And this all happened because you chose to open your heart. You did not close off your heart based on everything that you were encountering in your life. Right now you're suffering in silence, you know, because you were being faced with the shadow side of people, and you were thinking back to all of the different relationships you were having, and you realized that none of them really served you, and you are ready for a new beginning. And you learn to speak up, it's the throat chakra, about these things, right? You weren't trusting your intuition in the past in regards to the partnerships and alliances that you have. You weren't choosing wisely. You were allowing any and everybody to partake in the fruits of your labor. And you had to learn to set those boundaries so that you can be in the position that you are today. Now, based on the movements, choices, and decisions you've made, based on the downloads you were getting, here's the crown chakra card, you are now standing your ground with all of that wisdom that you obtained. And that made you walk away from certain partnerships that were disrupting your life and they were not bringing in the things that you need. There were some third-party situations that you were being involved in, or that you were involving others in, that you had to cut out because of the deception and the envy involved with the parties in that scenario. Someone was being dishonest in the situation, and that's why you could not move forward. But you had to think, why did I attract this type of individual in my life? What was I thinking of that created an atmosphere where people could come in and betray me? You weren't setting those proper boundaries. You were suffering from emotional loss, and that is why you had to withdraw in the past. And it was all part of this transformation because you realized that you were not receiving any successful victories in that situation. But now, since you knocked down and took away all of those things that weren't necessary, you are building that firm foundation so you can bring in these positive relationships that's going to help benefit you in the long run. Things were not going according to your plan in the past until you have done that. How many times were you going to interfere with someone else's karma just because you were fearful of being alone, right? Now you have taken control over your life, right? And you decided not to move on in situations that was requiring you to make sacrifices that you weren't willing to make. That's why now you are moving positively forward after the disharmony that you encountered in the past, right? Okay, let's see. I want to pull some advice from you from the Alice in Wonderland deck. What is some advice for the Divine Feminine on how she can move forward in a way that brings out her highest good? What is some advice? What are some of her blockages, and what is your advice for overcoming those blockages that are in her life currently? You are rare and free, impossible things in reverse, and no need to fear. Okay. So, you are rare and free. There are not many like you. Are there any more people in the garden besides me? Alice said, not choosing to notice Rose's last remark. There's one other flower in the garden that can move about like you, said the rose. I wonder how you do it. So your current struggle right now is to find places where people accept you or where you feel you fit in. You must learn to embrace all that makes you different. and become the very best you that you could. All right. So your only job is to be in competition with yourself. There's only one you. Your everyday duty is to be a better person than you was yesterday. And tomorrow, your only job is to be a better person than you was today. All right, so now we have impossible things in reverse. Stubbornly refusing to believe that any kind of action can change things for the better. Denying that action brings results. Feeling that something is too far out of your reach, or that miracles are for other people. In the words impossible lies I'm possible. Because anything that you conjure up in your mind will be the outcome of your reality. So make sure that you are constantly training your mind to think of things that will bring out your highest good, and not believing in fear, which is false evidence appearing real. And the final card that we have is no need to fear. Remember how powerful you are. Alice knew it was the rabbit coming to look for her, and she trembled till she shook the house, quite forgetting that she was now about 1,000 times as large as the rabbit and had no reason to be afraid of it. When we are in unfamiliar circumstances and we feel confronted by events unfolding about us, which in so many ways entered our lives through choices we made, we can feel fearful, doubtful, or even intimidated. We may be nervous, appeasing, and diminished in these circumstances. Despite the strangeness of all that is about you, this card has come to remind you of your substance, your power, and your right to be assertive and to take up space. You feel frightened at the moment, but this is because you've forgotten just how much energy you have within you. Rationally, you have nothing to be frightened of. Take a moment to remind yourself of the power within you and confront what it is you have been hiding from. For you are larger, more immense, more impressive, and more influential than you currently believe. Remind yourself of all the great and fine qualities you have: your wit, your courage, your strength, your tenacity, and you will find your courage again. You will realize you are more than equal to those about you, and more than able to cope with the circumstances you find yourself within. Like Alice, you are larger than what you are afraid of. Remember this now and go forward with confidence and strength. You may be afraid out of habit, now out of reason. Feeling intimidated but without need. Remember how many reasons you have to feel confident. Go forward with courage. You are more powerful than you are feeling. Others cannot harm you. You are so strong right now. So I want you to take these messages. You might need to look at this video again and take notes of the things that I brought out. Create positive affirmations so that you know that in the word impossible lies I'm possible. There is nothing on this planet that you cannot accomplish that you put in your mind that you want to do. Why? Because we are a product of our thoughts. So I'm going to leave this right here, my lovelies. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. And if there's anything, you can always email me at malaikaheamae@gmail.com, or you can simply go to my website and book your own consultation. All the information is down in the description box. All right, my lovelies, enjoy the rest of your day.